Instead of building more ships, the U.S. has built smarter ones. In hidden facilities across the country, 5 next-generation systems are emerging that could reshape the balance of power in the Pacific for decades. These aren't just new weapons, they're an entirely new way of fighting at sea. Segment 1. AM-174B Gunslinger. The first is the AM-174B, known as the Gunslinger. 15 feet long and weighing nearly a ton, it's not just another air-to-air missile. It's a 300-mile range guardian angel that lets Navy Super Hornets destroy threats long before they get close. Linked to satellites, Aegis destroyers, and E-2D Hawkeye radar planes, the missile doesn't need the launching pilot to see the target. If any sensor spots an enemy jet or missile, the gunslinger can strike it, even from beyond the horizon. To China's pilots, that means they could be shot down before they even know they've been detected. And for U.S. carriers, it means a moving shield hundreds of miles wide. Segment 2. Ki-Ra, the compact rapid attack weapon. Beneath the waves, a new hunter is taking shape. The Ki-Ra. For half a century, U.S. submarines relied on the heavyweight Mark 48 torpedo. It was powerful, but slow to reload and limited in number. The CRAW changes everything. It's smaller, lighter, and smarter. A torpedo swarm built for the digital age. 10 CRAWs can launch from the same space as a single old torpedo. Each can track, chase, and destroy its target using onboard AI and advanced sonar. A Virginia-class sub can now unleash dozens of attacks at once, overwhelming Chinese defenses and striking from total stealth. It's underwater saturation warfare, and no other navy can match it. Segment 3. Nemesis, the Ghost Fleet. Not every weapon fires bullets or missiles. Some fight with illusions. Nemesis, short for netted emulation of multi-element signature, creates ghost fleets that fool enemy sensors into seeing warships that don't exist. Using coordinated drones and emitters, Nemesis can project the radar, heat, and radio signatures of an entire carrier group. From space or radar range, these phantoms look real, moving, turning, and communicating like actual ships. For Chinese commanders, that means total uncertainty. Which formation is real? Which is bait? Fire too soon, and they waste billion-dollar missiles on empty ocean. Wait too long, and the real U.S. fleet is already within strike range. Deception has always been part of war, but Nemesis turns it into an art form and a weapon. Segment 4. Roadrunner. M. The reusable defender. Now picture a drone that intercepts a missile and then lands back on deck to be used again. That's the Roadrunner M, designed by Anduril. It's a twin-engine vertical launch interceptor that hunts drones and cruise missiles at supersonic speed. If it scores a hit, it explodes. If it misses, it flies home, lands vertically, refuels, and launches again. Each one costs a fraction of a standard missile, meaning destroyers can carry dozens without worrying about running out. In a world where enemy drone swarms can attack from every direction, Roadrunner M gives the Navy something it's never had: an endlessly reloadable shield. Segment 5. Hypersonic Return, the Zumwalt and CPS missile. And then there's the weapon that redefines long-range strike, the conventional prompt strike missile. Launched from the once-forgotten Zumwalt-class destroyers, these hypersonic gliders fly faster than Mach 5 and can hit targets over 2,000 miles away. They don't need explosives. Their tungsten bodies deliver pure kinetic energy, smashing through hardened targets with the force of a bomb. In recent tests, they've hit within feet of their targets after half an hour of flight. Soon, Zumwalts and Virginia-class subs will carry them across the Pacific, capable of striking deep into enemy territory before anyone knows they've been launched. Segment 6. The network of power. Each system alone is powerful. Together, they create a web that's almost impossible to defeat. Imagine a U.S. carrier group advancing through the Pacific. Nemesis drones scatter across the ocean, creating phantom fleets. Chinese radar sees 3 carriers, not one. F/A-18S launch AIM-174BS, guided by distant sensors, taking out threats before they get close. Roadrunner M's orbit above, ready to shoot down incoming missiles. Below, silent submarines wait, loaded with hundreds of CRAW torpedoes. And far beyond the horizon, a Zumwalt destroyer readies a hypersonic strike. It's not just hardware, it's an ecosystem. Every sensor shares data. Every weapon talks to the next. The U.S. Navy becomes a single, living network. Fast, adaptive, and lethal. Segment 7. The narrow window. Most analysts agree, by the late 2020s, the risk of conflict over Taiwan will reach its peak. But by then, these 5 systems will be fully operational. Hundreds of long-range missiles, thousands of torpedoes, reusable interceptors, and fleets of decoy drones will guard the Pacific. China's numerical advantage in ships won't matter if its weapons can't find their targets or can't reach them alive. The race isn't just about who builds more warships. It's about who adapts faster, who sees farther, who can control information itself. Segment 8. Deterrence by design. In the end, the most powerful weapons might never be used. Their purpose is to make war unwinnable. To keep both sides staring at each other across the water, knowing that the first to move will lose everything. That's the paradox of modern power. Peace through overwhelming capability. As the sun dips over the Pacific, U.S. destroyers glide silently toward their stations. Submarines vanish beneath the surface. And high above, the invisible web of sensors and decoys hums to life. Somewhere in Beijing, military analysts study their screens, trying to decide what's real. But the truth is, they may never know. Because the future of naval warfare isn't about who fires first. It's about who's already watching, already ready, and never needs to pull the trigger.